Hey everyone, so I did want to go over my birth plan with you guys before I have the baby, and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you watched my 39-week vlog update, you do know that our birth plan has kind of changed a little bit because I'm not going into labor naturally and we are getting induced tomorrow at the hospital. So I wanted to share with you guys the birth plan. I do need to revise it just a little bit due to the changes in our situation. Basically what I did is I did the birth plan on this star paper, and the nurses at the hospital actually told me that if you write a birth plan, to make sure that it's super standoutish and it doesn't blend in with all of their other papers. And the nurses love it actually, because when they change shifts or something like that, they already have the birth plan and they don't need to re-ask the patients the same questions and stuff like that. So I chose to do it on this super sparkly star paper that we had. At the top it just says Basil Family Birth Plan, and then it has my name, my baby's name, and my husband's name. And then at the top I wrote, "Thank you for your assistance and participation in our childbirth. Our plan is founded on the belief that childbirth is a natural occurrence and is healthiest for mommy and baby to have as few interventions as possible. For my first stage of labor, it is my goal to have an unmedicated labor. Please do not offer me pain medication." So I kind of want to talk a little bit about this because I've never wanted an epidural, and I know with natural labor, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I've never gone through it before, but I'm pretty sure I could handle it. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and through doing the Bradley classes and everything like that, I just felt super confident in being able to do it without any medication, which is something that I really, really want for myself. However, I'm not being closed-minded. I'm going into it with an open mind, knowing that our situation has changed and that I am going to be on Pitocin, and I know that epidurals are sometimes necessary when you are artificially starting labor, because contractions can be unpredictable and it can actually help rest your body and decrease the chance of a C-section, which is something that's really important to me. So with that being said, I don't want the epidural still. I still want to try and go through the birthing process and the Pitocin without the epidural. But I am having an open mind about it. I want to use intermediate monitoring instead of continuous monitoring, and if it becomes necessary, to allow me to use a telemetry unit to allow movement throughout the labor. So basically that's when they hook you up to find the baby's heartbeat and all of that stuff. I know, again, with Pitocin, versus just going into labor naturally, that they want to monitor the baby's heart rate because babies can have fetal distress when they're on Pitocin, and so I don't know if they're going to allow me to use intermediate monitoring, or if they'll allow me to use the telemetry unit so I can be walking around and things like that, which I hope is still a possibility. It says please avoid any use of artificially means to augment labor. So, I mean, that's obviously out the window because I'm being induced. So during the second stage of labor, it says I do not want an episiotomy. I would prefer a warm massage, compress oil. So, I mean, I would rather tear than get an episiotomy, because the way my birthing coach kind of explained to me is that when you tear, it could be less damaging than if you get an episiotomy, and it's kind of like fabric. If you hold a piece of fabric and you drop something on it and it tears, it's going to be a lot harder to tear that piece of fabric. But if you have a piece of fabric and you make a cut into it and then you drop something, that tear is much more likely to be worse, like the baby to be placed on my chest immediately after delivery. The third stage, I want to wait to clamp the cord until it has stopped pulsating. And the reason for this is because there's still lots of blood and iron and things going like that to the baby after birth. And if they declamp it right away, studies have shown that the baby doesn't get all of the nutrients that it fully needs. So if you delay the clamping, it gets all of the supply and all of that good stuff. Those are kind of my things. I absolutely want to avoid a cesarean section if at all possible, and I plan to breastfeed and begin nursing as soon as possible after birth. So in a nutshell, that's just kind of my birth plan, and like I said, I know some things are going to be changed on it due to the situation of how I'm going to be put into labor. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you guys have any questions, please comment below and I will be happy to answer them for you. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.